Some of you might notice and know already saw my shorts that I have a new studio. And for this new studio, I'm searching for a new projector. And Wimius was so kind enough to send me their G1 Google TV projector that I want to try out in this video and review. So let's get started. Inside of this box is this accessory box and the projector itself. Let's take a look at the accessory box first. What we have here inside are, of course, a few cables, instruction manual, and a cleaning cloth, as well as some Q-tip kind of thing to clean up probably the vents. Then we have the instruction manual as well as the warranty card here. Then we have an HDMI to HDMI cable. Very nice that they include such things. We have a remote. Yes, it also features a remote. You can see it has a YouTube button, it has a Netflix button and a Prime Video button. And another button here that I cannot read right now. Channel up and down, volume up, home, back, television button, microphone. Everything that you need actually in terms of buttons. And of course a power plug, power cable I mean, for powering this up. Let's check the device itself. We have a few elements here. The projector itself has all the controls that you have on the remote also available here, almost all of them, the basic controls. So if you're running out of power or forgot your remote, you have the ability to just use this here with those buttons. We have the lens cap here that is protecting the lens. We have an autofocus system, which is quite sophisticated. Then on this side we have a vent hole as well as the power. On the other side we have also another vent hole. On the back we have the connections. So we have USB in, we have HDMI in, infrared, and we have the audio output. Otherwise we have here one speaker and there another speaker. This is all in terms of like basic in and outputs. On the bottom we have the ability to have like a little bit of a stand here, just a nice screw that you can unscrew to make it lift up a little bit. There's another screw hole in here if you want to put it on a tripod, and those rubber feet, you can see it here, you can remove those and then you can seal mount it as well. Now let's take a closer look at the remote. So we have a source change here, on off button, microphone button, a user button, settings button, the 4-wheel and OK button, back button, home, and a TV button. Programs up and down. We have a mute button, up and down volume, and then Netflix, YouTube, Prime Video, and another button here that I still don't know what this one here is. Maybe TV button is something like this. Anyway, you have to have batteries because sadly they ship almost everything but forgot the batteries. AAA batteries go in here, 2 of them here. Would be nice if they were also shipping some batteries for the remote. Otherwise, yeah, I have to check it out now without the batteries for a few days until I get new batteries. So I have set it up here. You can see it's a bit of like a trick because I put it on the ground there because I don't have a screen yet. So I have a whiteboard there. Now it's projecting on the whiteboard there. But first thing that I notice is it's a bit weird that you can choose German as a language, for example, but as a country you cannot choose Germany there. So I chose English here, English, and then USA as country. And what I have to do now is use my Google Home app to basically scan the QR code or something like this to connect this to my Google Home. So let's just try to scan the QR code. I have a phone here handy, and let's go and see if I can just scan the QR code. And okay, it brings me to Google Home, and I have the ability to install Google Home, and then I can connect it to my Android device and Google Home. Let's see, welcome, get started. Allow notifications, yes, and this is my account, yes. Turn on Bluetooth, allow location access. It's also there. Looking for devices, it says. Hopefully it will find this Google TV powered Wimius G1. Google TV found. Yes, camera permissions, scan the code. And there I can scan the code and it got it now. And connecting to the Google TV device, and then it's setting up everything that needs to be set up. It says connecting there, as you see in the background. Very nice, straightforward process. As you here see that I adjusted it a little bit so that it's covering the whole whiteboard right now, and it's updating currently, a security update that will take a while for downloading. And I can set up the language as well on the phone again, on the Google Home app, which is quite cool. So I have the possibility to set this up the way that I like to do it. And yeah, we'll say here I can choose already the services that I want to use, which is quite cool. So I can use YouTube, Prime Video, Disney Plus, Waipu, YouTube Music if I want to, Crunchyroll, Apple TV, Spotify, ZDF, Mediatek, and so on. And you see here it's 1.25 gigabytes that it needs to download now. So this will probably take a while for it to download. Quite a large update. Hopefully afterwards I can use the system like I want. As you can see, the picture is getting quite bright and it is sharp, very sharp actually. Of course, I have a bit of a dim lit situation here because I'm in a basement studio and outside it's also not very bright right now. It's nighttime already, but it is really, really nice and sharp, and I like this projector. Even small text can be read, and the cool thing is here it has auto keystone correction. You can see it's standing now on the ground there, automatically keystone correction, automatic focus, and it also has the adjustment for the panel itself you're projecting onto, which kind of worked. You see that there on the left side there's a little bit of like oversize still going on there, but it's a whiteboard and it's also reflecting, as you might see there in the center a little bit. So there's a reflection center. This won't happen if you have a proper kind of panel for this. I will get one and I will show you how it will look like on this panel then. Here you can see now the projector mounted on, yeah, a pipe there actually with one of the Joby tripods, and then reflecting it to my new screen, as you see here. Thanks to its extensive options that we have in settings, when we go to all settings there, we have the ability to set up the projector, the image correction can be done, auto keystone, manual keystone correction, fit to screen, zoom and shift options that can be done. So I can select the zoom, can zoom in, zoom out a bit, like this for example. I can configure this one very, very much, and even if it's hanging on the ceiling there upside down, I have the ability to position the image to fit my screen here, which is quite cool. So thanks to all those advanced options that we can also configure here, like avoid obstacles and auto fit screen, we have abilities that are going beyond what a typical projector in this price region would offer here. And on top of this, it also supports Bluetooth. So I have the possibility to pair Bluetooth speakers with this device. And now it's going to Bluetooth speaker mode, which is a different way because this one here can be used also to as a speaker for Bluetooth devices like your smartphone, for example. So if you want to have a smartphone connected and use the internal speakers here as loudspeakers, you have the ability to do so with the Bluetooth speaker mode. There's some advanced settings as well available, like the projection mode where I can select front ceiling, but there's also rear and rear ceiling modes available here, which is quite nice. There's a remote control. If I have another remote control, I can see the battery level of the remote control here. I can change the product name and many other options here in projector settings. Otherwise, we have the typical Google TV settings like display and sound for the picture, the screen, the audio output. Like I can set different sound profiles here, standard movie music and so on. So to make and can turn on even surround sound if I want to. And I have even expert settings which allow us to enhance dialogues or control volume automatically, which is useful if you have different outputs and inputs. Audio output can be set up as well, digital output, and delay can be set up in here. And of course, yes, you can also connect this to hook it up to another speaker if you want to, so like remotes and accessories. So I can pair a Bluetooth device, for example, with this one here and have Bluetooth speakers running here if I need to. Accessibility options are here, system options like about the system. This is Google TV OS version 11, as you see here, June 1st, 2025. Security patch level, this is quite accurate, and still I think on an okayish kind of software version for Projector. You can set up the language, the keyboard here, storage. You have there's internal storage available, 8.9 gigabytes. So it's not much, but it is enough for some apps that you can install and for some stuff that you can download eventually, like photos and videos. But you have also the possibility to just plug in a USB pen drive or a USB SSD or something like this in order to play something from there and use it as a save as well. Ambient screensaver can be set up for Google Photos, as you see here, and others. Power and energy levels can be set up here as well. Casting can be set up, like let other control your cast media always or while casting. Google settings here, system service updates are available in here. This is the only thing that you can really set up in here. Can disable the system sounds, otherwise there's always a plopping sound when as soon as you do something on the remote. It's so quiet that I really don't hear it, so it's not a big issue there. App settings, I have some apps installed. There's a Google Play Store. I can open it up and I have the ability, like with Google TV usually, to download some applications. Some are already installed, but there's like, for example, Spotify that I could install, Tidal, many more that I can just install here, even some games that I could install and use here. Kodi is available, MX Player, and lots more. Even a file explorer and VLC for Android are there. Prime Video is there, of course. Formula One, very nice. And many more. And you have many categories here, so it's full of features. The operating system, as you see here, is usually very fast. Sometimes the occasional hiccups when I'm watching a movie and then press on the home button, it will take a while for switching. It's not instant. But as far as Google TV goes, this one is as fluid as any other TV. So I'm comparing it, for example, with some Sony TVs that have Google TV. They're not much faster than this here. They're actually even sometimes a bit slower than this one here. So in terms of speed, this is not so bad, especially also the user interface here. When I go through all the stuffs and now I press the home button, you see it takes a while, and then I can go through all those things here, which are possible here to browse through. And some movie recommendations here as well. Oh, Superman, I watched that already. Yeah, all in all, also the picture quality. Let's do a test maybe with one of the videos there. Let's maybe watch one of my videos that I did, like the KLCC Park video. And you see the picture quality. Let's make it a little bit quieter here. So the speakers are not getting too loud, I have to say, and they're firing backwards, which is not always ideal. But you can see the picture quality. If I go like this here, it's pretty fantastic here, I have to say, especially in this darker kind of environment. In brighter areas, it might be some difficulties. YouTube goes to 1080p max, which is also the max resolution that this projector can do. So yeah, no 4K here, but I think it looks pretty nice, especially as you're not watching this close usually on the projector. You're sitting a bit behind, like here in this position, and then it looks pretty fantastic, I have to say. Pretty large picture, pretty good, pretty bright enough with lights on. Let's check out how it will look like with lights on to simulate a little bit of daylight. It is, of course, then especially with this bright light, a big of an issue, but still not a big problem. You can still see everything. You see, of course, the contrast being a little bit lower there, but I think the brightness that they have here is adequate for a room inside that is not have enough windows all around your place to bright up this pretty nicely on a nice screen here. Nice screen helps, of course, but yeah, you can see videos are playing nicely and the quality is looking quite good. All in all, the Wimius G1 is a very solid projector. Google TV as a bonus there, a very good plus, because you get tons of applications that you can use on it with a lot of features like the voice input working fantastically. You get Gboard on top of the possibility to just update your system, which might be an issue initially because probably in China, those servers, it takes a long time to download this 1 GB initial update. But hopefully they can either get new servers, make it a bit faster, or they ship with the latest software or firmware directly out of the box. Otherwise, speakers are solid. It's not the loudest, it's not the most bassy kind of speaker, so you get lots of highs and mids, but not so much bass. But you have the possibility to tweak it a little bit there, and you have the ability to use Bluetooth to just hook up a better speaker there. If you don't have a Bluetooth speaker, there's also a 3.5mm headphone jack, so you can just put either headphones in or a better speaker if you like to. Otherwise, this one here features all the bells and whistles when it comes to adjusting the image to your screen the best. In this case, I was managing this very nicely. Zoom in, zoom out, manual correction of all the angles of all the keystone things can be moved. The little buttons of each corner can be adjusted to your liking, which is very cool. It has auto adjust, which is also good. Sometimes you need to maybe tweak it a little bit, but it is working very, very nicely. And if you move it somewhere, if you have it on a tripod, move it somewhere, it's automatically adjusting everything. You can turn everything on, that it's auto adjusting the picture. And most of the time, like 99%, it is like spot on and you don't need to do anything. You have color tweaks if you like to. If you want more vivid colors, you have the ability to do so. 4K you can put in, it will only output 1080p, but at least you can put in 4K, which is quite cool. If you want to use a Fire Stick, for example, and don't want to rely on Google TV, that's a possibility as well. Gaming is possible as well with the HDMI port. There's only one HDMI port, which might be a bit of a caveat if you want to attach more devices onto it. The same goes for USB. There's only one USB port there that you can use to plug in a USB stick, maybe even a USB SSD to play back some movies that you might have still on your USB drive. All in all, this projector is doing a fantastic job, especially for the price. I think now on Black Friday sale you can get it under 250 euros, which is a steal for this price, I have to say. With the great color that it reproduces, HDR support is also on board, which is very, very nice. You get very rich kind of textures on it. I like this projector very, very much. The only two things that I would like them to do is like improve the speakers a bit or give us an EQ so we can put a little bit more bass out of the speakers there, the internal ones, and make this update process a little bit faster. Yeah, the connectivity options, another HDMI port there might be a good idea to have, but otherwise I'm pretty happy with the projector as is. So this is very, very nice. If you're interested in the Wimius G1, there's a link down below, so you can click on it and yeah, have fun. Especially now for Christmas, might be a very good idea as a present. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Until the next time, bye.